So again, we've got a great deal of redundancy between two provisions of the Federal Rules of Evidence, 803.15 and 803.16. 803.14 and 15. 14 deals with records of documents that affect an interest in property, and 15 deals with statements within those documents that affect an interest in property. And as you see, courts will often just cite to both of them for proof that a particular piece of evidence is admissible. And again, we're kind of just giving you some nice examples of things that could come in under really either of them. So we'll do one case under 14, but it also would apply under 15 as well. Compton versus Davis Oil. The issue in this case is whether Nettie Schofield is married to David Lewis in 1935. And so there are statements within two conveyances of property, one in 1929 and one in 1930, both of which say that David Lewis and his wife, Nettie Schofield, either acquire land or transfer land to someone else. The rationale behind this rule is simply that when people prepare documents to transfer property, or there are records relating to the transfer of property, that a great deal of care is taken with these documents, and so therefore we have a certain trust in them. And so here, the fact that she's described as his wife within the document obviously is not necessarily relevant to the transfer of land. Two people could co-own property and be business partners, or be strangers in some ways. I mean, they could be neighbors who own an entire front yard, for instance, or a right of way or something. But the fact that they list in the deed that Nettie and David are married is regarded as reliable, because anything within a deed or a record of a deed is regarded to be inherently reliable. And so either the deed itself or statements within the deed are exceptions to hearsay. So here you have the deed itself is an exception to hearsay, and then the statement within the deed. So if this is actually an interesting difference with police reports. So if a police report contains hearsay, it contains the witness said the following, then that police report is that portion of the police report is not admissible under the public records exception. But let's say you had another statement contained within a deed, or something that doesn't really relate to the transfer, which is the fact that these two folks are married. That statement within the deed itself, whatever's in the four corners of this deed, or the transfer of the property, any document transferring property, whether it's real property or personal, anything within those types of documents are going to be exempted from hearsay.